got some really big news. We've got 2 young kids already, right? One of them has only just turned 1 and has just started nursery. And I'm pregnant again. I'm so excited and I'm so nervous. We do not know how we're going to cope. I'm currently 10 weeks pregnant. Let's just catch you up on what's happening in the last 10 weeks. So it is Sunday today and I do need to get a lot of jobs done in the house, and this is one of them. Thank you, William. That just sums motherhood up right there. So it was the day before I was due to start my period, and I just had this really funny feeling, and it was exactly the same feeling as I had with William when he was, you know, when I was pregnant with William. And yeah, I just like, I need to take a test because I don't know what it was. And the only test I had in the house was like this little packet of like these really old like strip tests, like this big, like really thin. And I took that and there was the slightest faint line. And I was like, my heart just went, oh my God, because I didn't see it at first, it was so faint. And I ran to get Chris. I was like, Chris, I've got something to tell you. And I showed him the test and he was like, I don't believe it, you can't see the line. So I was like, I need to get a proper test then, you know, like the digital test which actually say pregnant or not pregnant and how many weeks. So I ordered a digital test, right? And it came next day and I was dead excited because I personally knew that it was going to be positive. I took it and nothing was happening. I was like, it came in a pack of 2 and I dipped it in and nothing was happening on the screen. And I was like, oh my God. So then I did the other one and the same thing happened. I did it on a different way and it just wasn't working. I was absolutely fuming. But the place that I bought it from, it actually wanted me to send those back. Don't know why. And I ordered 2 more. And the following day, this was 2 days after the period, positive, and it said pregnant. And I was like, oh my God, thank God for that. So I went to tell Chris straight away again, and he was so happy, bless him. Oh bless. And then we went to tell Lily because we were like, we may as well just tell everybody. And Lily's reaction wasn't what I was expecting at all. She literally stood there, and me and Chris were sat there telling her, like, you're gonna have another brother or sister, and she just stood there and went, why? So that was funny. So let me tell you, this time round, my sickness has been absolutely god awful. It's been the worst ever, honestly. And as you can imagine, like, morning sickness, not the nicest thing. It's been nausea 24/7. Every waking moment of my day has been sickness. Not actual, no, twice I have been. And this happened about the week after, so I was 5 weeks pregnant at this time, and it just all came on all at once, and it was awful. Like, I was so fatigued as well. I couldn't like keep much down, and the only things that I could eat and drink were like the things that I was kind of like craving, which was unfortunately for me not Diet Coke, full fat Coke. And as you can imagine, this was over Christmas. So obviously Christmas Day was a bit fantastic for me, where everyone else was there like eating all the food and drinking alcohol and things. Obviously the kids weren't, but I couldn't, which alcohol I'm fine with, but obviously I couldn't really eat much of the Christmas dinner, which I was absolutely gutted for as well, because I love Christmas dinner. So as I said, William's just turned 1 and I've been lucky enough to have a year off on maternity leave, which means that I am due to start back at work next week, which, yeah, I've already told work. I told work last week, and let's just say I didn't get a congratulations, let's put it that way. So I'm not looking forward to going in, to be quite honest with you. And especially with me also breastfeeding as well. I've been breastfeeding William since day 1, and yeah, it's just going to be really difficult for me. But so I've already had my first midwife appointment, which was the booking appointment. They rang me up to organise that booking appointment, and she didn't actually tell me the exact time. She said 1 something or other, but it'll be on your badger notes. Can you still get into your badger notes? And I was like, yeah, I can still get into badger notes. I just don't have the new pregnancy one. She's like, oh, it's all right, I'll sort it out for you. So I was ringing them up from about a week before my appointment, and they just not got back to me. They kept going to answer phone, not got back to me, and ended up waiting at the clinic from 1 o'clock for 45 minutes, because that was apparently the time my appointment was. So anyway, I had the booking appointment. I can tell you all about my experience with my midwives and the NHS in a future video if you'd like me to. Just let me know, I will do. But I had my booking appointment, which basically was my entire history ever since my birth, basically. So if anyone's ever had a booking appointment before, they basically go to town on your health conditions, your partner's health conditions, close family, relatives and things like that. And they were trying to get my badger notes to work because I needed a activation code that they kept sending me that did not work whatsoever. So to date, my badger notes isn't working. So I do have an appointment for my 16-week midwife, because she's told me that, and if the app's not going to be working, then she'll hopefully sort it then, but I'm not counting my chickens. So that's everything that's happened in the last 10 weeks. However, let me tell you what is currently worrying me with this pregnancy. First off is this house. So we live in a bungalow, not just any bungalow, this is a true bungalow. So it has no upstairs, it's open plan, because when me and Chris moved in, like 7 years this year now, we literally hired an architect and knocked a lot of walls down, so it's open plan, which means less storage. And yeah, as you can imagine, we've already got the kids and 2 adults in the house. 2 bedroom. It's crazy to me. That's just really crazy. We basically need to finish the house, finish the renovation, which is like, it's like 99.999% done inside the house, but it's the outside that needs doing. And then as soon as we've finished the sprinkles and everything else, we need to sell this house. We need to get out of this house. And secondly is diabetes, specifically the gestational diabetes. So I had developed gestational diabetes with William, and I can do a whole separate video or touching it in another video on all those problems that I had. But basically I'm worried that it's going to happen again in this pregnancy, because as you guys might not know this, but with gestational diabetes there's a lot of risks that are involved in pregnancy, which is why I was also induced with the last one as well, with William. So I'm just not looking forward to that. And it's the whole monitoring your blood sugars. Every time basically I was like, oh yeah, this is really good, you know, my blood sugars are coming down, and they just spike again for just no random reason, and it really upset me. And the whole worry that, you know, I've got a growing baby inside me, and all these risks and these scary things that could happen when you've got extra health problems while being pregnant, and it's just added stress. And I've got that right now. I do have an appointment actually coming up on Tuesday, because I've had the gestational diabetes before. I'm at risk of it again. I think it's a 50% risk of developing a future pregnancy. So I've got a glucose tolerance test on Tuesday, which is in 2 days. So I'm not looking forward to that, but if, you know, hopefully it'll rule out that I'm diabetic again. But I don't know, I'm getting a few symptoms of the diabetes, but I don't know whether that's because I'm still breastfeeding that these symptoms are happening. I don't know. So third thing is so we've got 2 kids, I keep saying, I'm sorry, but 2 kids close in age. One of them is, like I said, just turned 1, so it's going to be 16, 17 months when baby's due. And he's very clingy at the moment. I say at the moment, since he's been born he's been very, very clingy. But it's just like trying to remember what Lily was like when she was about that age. And yeah, that's going to be difficult. That is going to be difficult. I don't actually know how we're going to manage, because he struggles sleeping on his own. He struggles sleeping, period. He wakes up still every hour. Last night was atrocious. I hope at that point he's got most of his teeth, because every time he teethes it seems to get really bad. And yeah, I actually don't know. I'm just trying to remember what Lily was like. But knowing that William is actually more clingy than what Lily was, yeah, can't wait. The next thing is actually quite funny, because you'd be like, well, what are the odds of that? But it's the idea that I may be carrying twins, and let me just elaborate. So Chrissy's sisters got twins. I had my symptoms of morning sickness at 5 weeks, which technically is early but isn't, if that makes sense. You can have morning sickness at 4 weeks, but it's been substantially earlier than any of my other morning sicknesses that I had with both my pregnancies before, and it's just completely wiped me out. Now, I don't know whether that's just my take on, like my body's take on having another pregnancy, because all pregnancies are different, and I completely get that. I just have this funny feeling, especially as well being over 35 now, falling pregnant at over 35, it's more of a chance of you or your body releasing 2 eggs at once. So there's that, and if 2 sperms get the egg, so there's that. And obviously if that does happen, which I will find out on the scan in, I think it's like the end of this month, I'll be 12 weeks, so that'll be the scan. So I'll obviously find out then, but obviously double the baby, double the worry with everything that I'm talking about right now. My next worry is I had 2 really difficult births. Basically, I'm not going to go into it because it's a very long-winded story, and like I say, I'll just, if anybody wants me to cover anything else, I'll do it in a separate video. I might just do one anyway. But yeah, just traumatic for me, difficult, traumatic. And the last thing that's actually really worrying me right now is my mobility. Oh god, right. Lily wasn't too bad. I was a waddly penguin up until I gave birth, so that's not too bad. But when I was pregnant with William, I was around 28 weeks pregnant. That was the time when everything just went right downhill, and I couldn't sleep. It didn't matter what position I had, how many pillows. I had special pregnancy pillows. It doesn't matter what position I had in, obviously not on your back and all that. Try my best. I ended up actually developing bed sores or pressure points on like these hard bits of my ears from lying on my left hand side, because that was more comfortable out of them all. And yeah, there was that. There was the back pain. I couldn't walk. The waddling that I just mentioned. I couldn't walk at all. Like, we used to go and walk to Lily to drop her off and pick her up from nursery, and it got to a point where I literally got out of my front door and not even down the road, and I was in tears, and I had to come back home, and Chris had to go get her in the car because I couldn't walk. It was just horrendous. And I mean, there's everything that goes with pregnancy, where, you can't bend down to put your shoes and socks on, like that happened. Leg shaving was a thing of the past, things like that. But really struggle with walking. And obviously with having the gestational diabetes, with trying to keep as active as possible to, help along with the birth. I had a birthing, but I had everything. I had so much stuff. Nothing just seemed to help, and I just went downhill. So trying to keep active now as much as I can, in hopes that might have been something that could have maybe helped a bit better, being active earlier on. But like I say, we went for walks all the time, we did all that, so.
It's not hokey pokey, it's hokey cokey.
Hokey cokey. Whoa, hokey cokey.
Kisses. London balloon. That's for your birthday, wasn't it? Ah! You've got all of us now. I think that's it. You've just met us and we're just going. I think we're going to try and film everything from your pregnancy. Things like midwife appointments, your injections. We need to get the house ready. I don't know how we're going to do that. What else have we got coming?
I mean, I've got my glucose tolerance test on Tuesday.
Test.
I'll take you with me, actually.
We're probably going to share some stuff on, like, good stuff and bad stuff from, like, previous experiences, like all the kit that you need, like, really good stuff, and all the stuff that's just, like, not worth the money. All while still vlogging the normal day-to-day stuff, like we've got... Whose birthday's first? Your birthday?
My birthday first.
Then it's my birthday.
Mother's Day. I think Mother's Day is in the same month as well.
Father's Day. Days out. Holidays. We might have a holiday before new baby comes.
Little baby moon.
And some days out. Some family adventures, outdoor stuff. How does that sound?
And it's my birthday.
You did what?
And it's my birthday.
Then it's your birthday. That's right. Yours is in August, and your birthday will be very close to the new baby's birthday. In fact, the due date is like
the day before.
It's like within days, yeah.
It's the day before.
The day before.
It's the day before.
So.
Look at me.
Okay, yeah. Thanks for sticking around on this one. Next episode is probably going to be about Siobhan's diabetes. You've got your appointment. When is it?
Tuesday,
so it's like a few days' time. Can I come? No, I can't come because I've got the kids.
You can't come, you're looking after the kiddies.
They need to stop booking this on days when we've got the kids. And then we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye. Lily, say bye.
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 Bye.